Boom, we are now live. Good evening, everyone. This is an Amazon Seller AMA. I wanted to hop on here. It's been a few days since I touched base with the people. I wanted to answer some questions for you guys and give you guys a few updates. Shout out to Valen and all the other people that are going to be pouring into the chat right now. Micho Chano, excuse me if I'm mispronouncing that, Gordo, and everybody else. Guys, yeah, I'm just live right now. I wanted to touch base. It's been a few days since I hopped online. I've been focused on sourcing and buying more and more inventory. I'm trying to hit my goals. I'm a little behind this month on the goals. I wanted to touch 15K, but I'm just shy of 15K. I already crossed the 10K mark, and we have a few more days. I don't know if I'm going to hit it, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to keep pushing forward. I've also been putting a lot of time into the Discord server. We've had some great results. A lot of people getting ungated for the big brands. A lot of people making their first sales. And a lot of people, not a lot of people, but a few people getting close to 10K. So, we've only been up and running for about 1.5, maybe 2 months the most. And the success of the server, the Discord chat has been amazing. I'm very proud of it, and I'm happy for everybody that's jumping in there and continuing to learn. I had someone just asking me if it was okay to share their social media links in there, and it's absolutely okay. I encourage everybody to build their following, grow their tribe, document your story. Don't be scared to jump on the camera and explain to the people what you're doing, because it's always better to grow a community. Okay, there's value in personal branding. I've been saying this for a while. It's all for sale that was talking about sharing his link on YouTube or whatnot, and I encourage it. Grow your tribe, grow your following, and build your personal brand. And eventually, soon, at some point, I'm going to open up a paid section to the Discord where we can share more sauce and get a little bit more in depth. Maybe I'll do some streams in there and explain the charts a little bit more and add a little bit more value. And what's dope about it is that I found a service where you can share the links, where your followers can share the links and they can get paid too. So if I open up a page section to the server, you guys can get an affiliate link and get a cut of whoever you invite. So, for people that are growing their social media, it's why not? Why not spread love? It's the Amazon way, right? What's up, B-Man? Thanks to B-Man. B-Man's been instrumental in helping on the server. I know that he was posting a lot of sauce today on the Ungating channel. How to ungate from Stanley, how to ungate for grocery items, how to ungate for, what else we got in there? Let me click on here. I got it right here in front of me. What to do with auto decline message to get ungated for Funko Pop, Neutrogena, and more. He's got PDFs up there. I don't even know that you can link to PDFs like that. So, you learn something new every day. Thanks a lot to B-Man. B-Man's also growing his network, and he's posting, so give him a follow. It's all for sale. He's growing his networks. Give him a follow. And if you didn't hear, again, I'm planning on opening up a paid section to the Discord where we can share a little bit more sauce. And for those that are growing their network and they want to invite people in, I'll hook you guys up with the affiliate link. I'm learning about the service right now, and you guys can get a cut. Basically, for big thanks for everything for B-Man. Yeah, absolutely. B-Man's been helpful. He's always, since practically, I don't know if it was day one, but definitely the first week he was in there and just showing love. So, B-Man's the moderator right now, and, I appreciate him. Just in case any of these only fan bots come in, he can throw the hammer at them as well. And then he's sharing sauce with PDFs and all that. So, absolutely. And guys, give It's All for Sale a follow as well. I see that he's got a YouTube, I think a TikTok, and obviously he's on Instagram, and I see that he's starting to share his journey. Guys, whatever you might be doing, it may be Amazon, maybe TikTok, it may be, you may be a mechanic, you may be doing whatever you're doing, just share the story. And people like the story of how you make money. Even if it doesn't have to be multi-millions, it doesn't have to be you have 100,000 followers. It's like people could relate to just the ordinary person that's doing something in a niche. So don't be scared to share it. I've been producing records for 10 plus years. And as soon as I started talking about how I hustle and make money on the side, the followers just started pouring in. So, I'm locking in. I'm going to add that to my personal brand. And again, like I said this before, it's personal to your story. So just share what you do. You may do a multitude of things. I'm into the fitness. I post up with the burpees. I talk about motivation. Of course, I'm mixing records, and I've shared the beats, and whatever it is that you do, just share it. And you grow your tribe. You attract the people that are into what you do. and it's a win-win for everybody, you know. So don't be scared. I've said this often. The big bad wolf is not out there to get you guys. So don't be scared to jump on the camera and talk to the people. So yeah, we've recently opened up an ungating channel for ungating talk and chat on the Discord server. It seems like there's a lot of newcomers coming into the game, and they want to learn about ungating, and that's a popular topic. And for me, it's not a popular topic. I'm already mostly ungated on the things that I want to get ungated on. But it's, as a leader in the space, I want to help those that are coming into the space learn how to get ungated. So instead of putting all that information in the main chat, there's a whole entire section just for ungating. So you guys can, knock yourself out and talk about ungating there and share your experiences. Guys, with the ungating process, it's random. To a certain extent, there's got to be a bot to a certain extent, because I see several people doing the exact same thing. Some people get approved and some people don't. Some people have to try multiple times. Some people don't. So the best thing that I could recommend is just stay persistent and keep trying. Follow the directions that we have, the instructions that we have on the Discord channel. It's on the Ungating channel. It's a section of the Discord. And, you should be able to gain luck if you stay persistent. If you just stay persistent. I've seen people that, they've had to try 6-7 times to get ungated for Adidas. And then I've seen people that are brand new sellers get ungated for Nike on their first try. Now, me personally, I had 100% batting average, which makes me wonder about you guys sometimes, because sometimes you get high IQ and sometimes you get low IQ, sometimes rolling through the doors. So I don't know really how you guys are doing. I mean, I put the instructions as to specifically how I do it. And, I've never been declined. Now, I've had an account for a long time, granted. I've had an account for longer than average. So maybe, your selling history has something to do with it. I don't know. It's not written verbatim on the site, so who knows? It's all for sale says, I tried 4 times for Nike, then boom, ungate. Yeah, so, he tried 4 times. He tried 4. I didn't even have to try more than once. I hit it out the park the first round. So it may take 4 times. I know someone that took like 7 or 8 times for Adidas. I know people that have tried 10 times for Nike and not gotten ungated. So, there's a randomness to it. But the best thing that I can recommend to you guys is don't fixate yourself on just getting ungated on Nike or Adidas. There's tons of brands that you can get auto ungated for, which means that you don't need to submit an invoice and go through the lengthy process. All you got to do is request approval, answer a couple quiz questions that you're not selling bootlegs, and boom, you should get ungated quickly. We have a list that's pinned to the top of the ungating channel on my Discord, and there's hundreds of brands. There's probably like 100 or 200 brands in there. Now, all of them don't always work anymore because that list is a bit not updated, but there's plenty of brands that you can get in. One that's just off the top is Huggies, like diapers or whatnot. And then there's easy ways to get auto ungated in the whole grocery category. You can order 10 Yogi teas from Target, and you can get ungated in all of grocery, or the majority of groceries. A lot of brands are even cheap brands be money. That's right. So, don't get fixated like, oh, I got to sell like Adidas, I got to sell Nike. And there's so many people that's all they get fixated on. My biggest recommendation is to just start getting ungated for the auto ungates, start scanning groceries and start scanning, I guess, smaller brands, and start making sales, start having a sales history on your account. And I think that can only improve your chances of getting approved for the bigger brands later on in the long run. So that's what I would recommend to new sellers. So I tweaked up the getting started instructions last night, and it's a little longer now. And I explained that because the instructions that I had before recommended getting ungated immediately. And then I see how people got stuck on that step. So before I tweaked up the instructions and I talk about getting auto ungated. And then really the easiest thing to start selling is used CDs, books, and DVDs. Used CDs, books, and DVDs. You may have Blu-rays. You may have used video games. So those are the easiest things. And in fact, those are the first things that I sold when I opened up a Amazon seller account. When I used to live in Brooklyn, people would leave books and CDs on the stoop. I would just snag them up basically for free, scan the items, and list everything because I was getting it for free. So I'm sure that a lot of you guys and girls have books on your shelves that you're no longer using, why don't you just start scanning them and just see what they're worth and list them? And fulfill the orders yourself and just send it out. So it's a lot like eBay, you know what I mean? So I did a video recently of FBA versus FBM, fulfillment by Amazon versus fulfillment by merchant. And let me expand on that a little bit more. I think fulfillment by merchant is an excellent opportunity for new sellers to test out items and to turn around their money more quickly. So you can get an item in your hand, like a book, a CD, a DVD, or whatever item that you want to sell. You can list it right then and there. It's available for sale. You may sell it by the end of the day if it's a hot selling item, and you can fulfill that order, which means, package it and buy the postage and send it out immediately and loop your money, turn around your money more quickly, as opposed to the Amazon fulfillment FBA model, fulfillment by Amazon model, where you have to actually prepare the item, put it in a special poly bag with a suffocation warning. You have to print out an SKU label. You have to go through a process on Amazon explaining what you're going to sell to them. It has to get to the warehouse. It has to process there. And it could take a few days or even a few weeks for it to become active for sale. So, I talked about this earlier. Like, you can technically buy an item on a website and list it for pickup, never go pick it up, and already list it for sale and only go pick it up when it sells. You could buy, there's plenty of stores that'll just hold your item for you. You could put it on hold. You find the right price, you put it on hold. You can list it FBM. If it sells, you go pick it up immediately and ship it out to the customer. If it doesn't sell, you can cancel the order and save your money. So it's a good way to kind of save your capital and to test items out. Because listen, guys, let's be honest. You can learn the charts, you can do all the knowledge, and it's very important. But it's like reading about or learning to ride a bike. You can read about it, and someone can explain it to you to a T. But until you actually practice and get on the bike and balance it out, you really don't know how to do it. Doesn't matter how many videos you watched. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of how selling is to a certain extent. Like, you can look at the charts, you can see the data, and it's a guide, but there's nothing like actually doing it. So go ahead, actually start making some sales, test some products out, and see what works for you. And then you can go a little deeper into products, buy a little bit more units, and start doing the FBA thing. So I think FBM is an excellent opportunity for new sellers, and really for all types of sellers too, because I know people that do FBA, but as they're getting the items, they list them FBM. So if they happen to sell, they just send them out to the customer then and there. And once they have enough items to pack up a whole large box or more, then they switch it over to FBA, which is probably something I should be doing. It's probably something that I should be doing. I just, I get enough items to send out to FBA, if not every day, every other day. And I live right next to a UPS. I'm like 5 minutes away from a UPS. So it's easy for me to go to the UPS store and just keep sending out to Amazon. But one thing is that it takes some time for the items to get active. And in that time that it takes to get to the warehouse and get processed with Amazon, the prices may change on you. As opposed to fulfillment by merchant, where it's available right now. You could sell it tonight. See, I can't sell an item that I'm listing for FBA tonight until it gets to the warehouse and gets processed and becomes active. So those are the pros and cons. As far as cost, it ends up being the same, because with FBA, you have to pay the FBA fees. And then with FBM, you don't have to pay FBA fees, but then you have to pay individual shipping. So you're going to pay a little bit more on shipping. And less on fees. So it ends up being about the same. But again, the pro with FBM is that you can loop your money around faster. Another pro with FBA, though, is that Amazon ends up handling all your customer service. When you have a lot of merchandise like me, a lot of inventory and hundreds of listings, they handle any customer service issues that I may have. If someone wants to return the item, they take care of the return. I don't got to do anything. I don't got to, So I'm not here bagging up individual orders and worrying about that. So I've outsourced that to them. So in a way, they're, I would say, kind of like an employee that I'm paying to fulfill my orders for me. So guys, hit me with the questions. I see you guys joining the chat. I haven't seen any questions. I'm sure you guys got some questions you want answered. I'm here and I'm available to answer you guys' questions. I'm also available for one-on-ones, Zoom calls. If you want to book me for a one-on-one call, I'm here. I've done several one-on-one calls the past several weeks where I help new sellers get started. I answer some questions with the charts or whatnot. I give you a little sauce there privately. And, I'm here to help. Valence says, anybody else had problems connecting their printer to their computer? I'm having a lot of issues. Yeah, a lot of people, listen, I'm not going to say I didn't have issues either. The printer thing, it's specific to the printer, and it's a little confusing. I'm not going to lie. It's a little confusing. I remember setting up my Rollo printer, and I had to jump through a couple hoops. I had to watch a couple YouTube videos, and I had to test it a few times before I had it up and running, and I saved the settings. But one good thing about that is once you figure it out, once you get it done, you never got to do it again. It's already set and ready to go. So it's just, you got to jump over that hurdle one time. So, I had actually someone hit me up the other day like, oh, I'm going to book a one-on-one. Could you help me set up my printer? And guys, I'm not tech support. I do Amazon selling. I don't do printer setups. So, it's something that you got to figure out on your own. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of videos for you guys to check out. And I've only set up my printer on this computer once, and it was over a year and a half, almost 2 years ago at this point. So, my recommendation is, just watch YouTube videos. You'll figure it out. It may take a couple hours at first, but once you get it done, you never have to do it again. So there you go. I'm having trouble getting ungated in pet food category. Do you have suggestions on where I can order from? Off the top of my head, the first thing I would come up with is Target. Order something from Target. Target provides invoices if you order from Target.com. Once they ship out, you can go on your order online, and then there's a button to click for invoice, and you can get the invoice there. Amazon would not accept an invoice from Chewy. I don't know, if Chewy actually gives invoices or not. But, making blanket statements like that is an error that a lot of people make because, again, if you were watching the live stream earlier and if you've been in the Discord chat like I have been every single day talking to literally hundreds of sellers, you'll know that the ungating process is random. You got people doing the same exact thing. Some people get ungated, some people don't. So I'm convinced it's a bot. So all you could do is keep trying. I know that the most successful invoices with the most successful approval rate, at least these past couple of months, have been from number one, soccer.com, and number two, Target. I would say that both Target.com and soccer.com have been super successful from what I'm seeing. Now, me personally, I'm not out there trying to get ungated all the time because I already am. That's another thing. Once you get ungated, you kind of don't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, invoice from Target, you have to check on the website, not on the app. Absolutely. Yeah, you got to check on their website, on your order history, and they don't actually post the invoice till it's shipped out, and basically it's almost at your house. So, you're not going to be able to place an order and get that invoice right now. You're going to have to wait a little bit for them to ship out the order. But Target, absolutely. Target has a high success rate, and then soccer.com has a high success rate. Guys, jump in the chat. The link's in my bio. DM me, but it's in my link tree in my bio. Jump in the chat. Go to the ungating sections. There is sauce there. There is sauce for Stanley, for Neutrogena, for the grocery, the complete instructions. Everything is pinned on that channel. Pinned. And guys, the search bar at the top of the Discord with the magnifying glass is your friend on all channels, especially the general chat. If you have a question, chances are it's already been covered. So hit those keywords. Someone today was asking, oh, what do I do with my SellerAmp settings? And they posted a screenshot of their settings. How do I set it up? And I said, listen, I posted a screenshot of my settings a few days ago. Just search in the top search bar, SellerAmp settings. And sure enough, when you search SellerAmp settings, you just scroll right through it and you can see the post. And you can see how I set up my SellerAmp settings. I have it set up for $1.30 or $1.40 for inbound shipping fees and 7% for the tax, because you want to account for those extra fees that you're getting, because when you get it stock out the box, it has zero on the fees. It'll take into account FBA fees, but it's not going to take into account inbound fees, what you would pay to ship it out to Amazon. And I adjusted that. A lot of sauce and it's free. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Listen, guys, my intent is to keep uh, the Discord for free, but like I said, I want to have a paid section where we can talk a little bit more and go a little more in depth, and additionally, where you guys can invite people and also get a referral fee. You know what I mean? So why not? Why not? Right now we have a great support group, 400 plus people, but sometimes I want to get more in depth, and I want to share a little bit more deeper sauce, and and I want to give more of my time to it. That's another thing. Like right now, it's been basically a charity for the past couple of months, and that's something I've committed to because I want to grow the channel. But eventually, like I said, there's going to be a barrier to entry, whether it be an email or whether it be a paid section that we can go into. I'm on the Discord. How do I search yours? It's the top bar. If you go at the top bar, there's a search bar. Just search. You go to the channel and search. Just search. Yeah, some people ask like more in-depth questions about like charts and stuff like that, and while I try to answer everybody's question, my time's valuable, and at this point we're like 500 deep, and I'm getting questions all the time, and name of it, it's A Plus Amazon Seller Discord. The link is in my link tree, which is in my bio. It's right there. You can link in my bio. A plus Amazon Seller Discord. A Plus Amazon Sellers. But yeah, let me know. Let me know if you guys are interested in a paid section of the Discord. Maybe I'll do some lives in there where I can actually show my screen and go into the charts and go a little deeper into the products. Maybe I can provide extra support, because eventually, guys, if we got 1,000, 2,000 people, I'm not going to be able to answer everybody's question. It's all day long in there. It's all day long. So maybe I'll do a paid section where I focus more of my attention there. And plus, also the majority of the people now is just ungate, which is understandable. If you're a new seller, you want to get ungated for these brands. But again, don't fixate your mind so much on the ungate. The ungate is not what's going to get you paid. What's going to get you paid is actually making sales. And the fastest way to make sales is to sell used CDs, books, DVDs, Blu-rays, or video games, and to get auto ungated on brands that all you have to do is click a button, answer a few questions, and boom, you're instantly approved. And a lot of them are in the grocery category, where you can go to Target, you can go to Dollar Tree and start sourcing items immediately. You don't have to worry about 10 times trying to get approved for Nike. You know what I mean? I often refer to one of our new sellers, Devi, she's just started selling about a month ago, and she sold a couple grand already off straight up selling candy from the Dollar Tree, guys. Selling candy from the Dollar Tree. Guys. And you guys are worried about Adidas. Guys, start moving and start grooving. Start slipping and sliding and stepping, dog, because, come on. Sometimes you just scroll all the way down and you could just watch a video, ask some common questions, and you're ungated instantly. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm sure most of these little candies, are not difficult to get ungated in. It's not Nike, guys. You know what I mean? It's not Nike, and you can and you know what's the great part about groceries is that they have a low return rate. With the shoes, you got a higher return rate. People sometimes they return shoes. It doesn't fit right. It's just what it is. Latin lady just left the Dollar Tree. There you go. So, that's not necessarily what I focus on. Yes, I do Nike and I do Adidas, I do apparel. But guys, I've been in the game, over a year. You know what I'm saying? So I scaled into this. I just explained to you guys that I did CDs, books, DVDs are the very first thing that I did just to see if it worked, just to, because I was getting them for free, not because I had this grand scheme of, I'm going to quit my job selling on Amazon. And that's another thing with you guys, you guys see people online and then you think that you have all these expectations about what you should be doing on Amazon and how much money you're going to be making and how you're going to be able to quit your job and do all this stuff. Guys, don't think about none of that. Don't have any of those expectations. Just be curious and see if you can actually make a couple sales. Before you have these grand expectations about how much money you're going to make, just see if you can actually make a few sales. That's the number one thing that I recommend for the new sellers, because I see like a lot of how many hours and how much do I got to spend, and why don't you just get a couple items and just see if you can make some sales and loop your money back around. Make it more of, do it more for fun first before you have an expectation of doing it full time, because it's not for everybody, guys. And it's not a get rich quick scheme. And let me tell you, this requires a lot of time, focus, and attention on sourcing products. You got to be buying every day. I say this on my Discord. If you don't buy, you die. If you don't buy, you die. So you got to be buying practically every single day. And, it's a grind trying to find new items every day. It's like going out fishing. You take the boat out, you're going to have to fish every single day to catch new fish. And, some days they're biting, some days they're not. So those are the ups and downs of selling on Amazon. That's the reality. So we got people asking questions right now on the Discord. Slide in there, guys. It's open right now. And again, I plan on doing a paid section where we can share a little bit more sauce, get a little more in depth. And, as that Discord grows and a lot of more noobs come in, they're going to continue to focus on the ungating, which they should. And that's why I have that. And, but as it grows, I'm not going to be able to answer every single question about the charts and this and all the problems that, or printer setups. I'm not tech support, but, perhaps if we do a paid section, I can dedicate more of my time to that. And, you guys can share links too. I encourage you guys to start sharing your story, whatever you do. Okay. Some of you guys may be following me for the music. Share your story. What is it that you do outside of music? How do you get paid? Like, what are you doing? What is it that you're up to? What are your hobbies? And, that culminates as to what your personal brand is. That's what makes you unique. So this is my story. This is what I've been doing on the side. And now I've dedicated practically my full time. Now at this point, yeah, it is full time. But, my story, guys. I'm a record producer for 10 plus years. I'm a fitness enthusiast. I've worked in the fitness industry and gyms. And I've shared that fitness journey. I've shared that motivation journey. I've shared my catalog of music and what I've done with record producing for 10 plus years. You know that, I focus on boom bap. I've worked with some of the finest boom bap rappers, from Crime Apple to Planet Asia to Graph and more. And, I got an extensive catalog, and most people know me from working with Shadi, which is an independent rapper here in Miami. In my opinion, he's the dopest. And check us out. We're on Spotify. You can check me out, Tev95, TEV95 on Spotify. And, I plug that in too, because that's what I do. So whatever it is that you're doing, you don't have to separate everything, it doesn't matter. Just tell your story, guys. What is it that you're doing? And people that vibe with you, they're going to follow and they're going to pay attention. If they don't vibe with you, that's fine. But you got to be you. You got to be candid. And that's what's going to separate you from the next person. You're going to have your own vibe, your own original story. Shout out to Lisa. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Vinny. Shout out to Rohit. Shout out to Sammy. And shout out to everybody else on the live, guys. I'll be here for a few more minutes. Again, slide into the Discord immediately, A+ Amazon Seller Discord, and ask questions. We got resources there for ungating and more. I got the Getting Started that I just updated yesterday. I made it a longer Getting Started guide with all the steps. I have the software tools that you need to get, the Seller Amp, the Keepa. I'm also talking about the Be Cool Repricer, which is not a necessity. But as you grow, you're going to want a repricer. You don't need it as a noob, but as you grow, you're going to want a repricer. It works with AI and it adjusts your price in real time. I have that plugged in. I got the cashback apps, Rakuten and Top Cashback, because you need cash back, guys. If you're not using cash back, even on your everyday purchase, if you're going to, I've said this before, if you're going to Chicken Kitchen and get lunch, you can get cash back. Why not? Why are you leaving money on the table? So sign up to that. I think if you sign up, you get a bonus or something. I got a link in there. And if I'm not mistaken, you get a bonus if you sign up with the link. So, most of the stuff that I have in there is affiliate linked so that you can get an incentive as well. Not only am I getting a few bucks if you click on the link, but I just shared a gift card link. So I buy gift cards from a site. that gives discounted gift cards, and I shared that link in there, and they give you $5 if you use that my link. You get $5 immediately to buy a gift card. So what's great about that site, and there's several of them, but I shared the one that I'm using because I used several of them. Today I used one, and they wanted to verify everything. I ended up paying, and then they went through a lengthy approval process, and I wasn't able to get my gift card immediately. But the site that I shared on my Discord, they hook you up with the gift card immediately. Like, you pay and it's available right there. They send you right there on your account. They send you the code and the PIN, and they have gift cards for damn near every store: Kohl's, Targets, Dick's Sporting Goods, Adidas, Nike, etc. So you can get you can get the gift card discounted. And it changes like a market. So sometimes it's 5%, sometimes it's 8%, sometimes it's 10%, but that's money in your pocket. So slide in there. I just shared that link. I also got the supplies. Going back to the printer, all the printers that you may want to use. I use the Rollo, but there's some more affordable options. But guys, don't nickel and dime yourself. Don't nickel and dime yourself. I wish I would have just gone with the more expensive Bluetooth version. I went with the Rollo that you got to plug in, and I move around my laptop here to there. I wish I would have gotten the Bluetooth one, or the wireless one, or whatever. Valen says, got to sign out. Thank you for all you do, Lens, and everybody else. Peace. Thanks for sliding in. I appreciate you. If you're not on the Discord, go ahead and jump in there. Great tip, says Latin Lady. And let me tell you about the girls. Salute to the women and the females, the girls that I've been seeing making moves, guys. I see. Look, I'm looking at Erica in the chat now. Latin Lady, Valen. I saw Debbie slide in the group. I see you girls hustling. I see some of you girls are hustling harder than these guys. Straight up, I'm gonna say it. And you know what it is too? You girls like to shop. And you're probably good at it. So instead of wasting your money on boberia, go ahead and buy something that you can flip. So yeah, let me shout out the women in the chat. The girls, I'm gonna call you women because you're not little girls. Obviously, if you're out there making moves, mujeres fuerzas for sure, absolutely. So shout out to the females in the group that are. I've posted a lot of the other day. I didn't even notice really. I was like, damn, a lot of the successes that I've shared in my stories. It's been females that are doing putting in that work. I appreciate you girls. All right, guys, I'll give it a few more seconds. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and tap out for tonight. I did great with the sourcing today. I spent about $900 online. And part of that was using gift cards from the site that I just told you guys about. That's some things that people don't think of. That's like, even if it's a 5, 6, 7, 8% more that you're getting off, that's money in your pocket. That's money in my pocket. You see what I mean? So you got to create these moats where other people are just looking at the price and they're seeing what the price is listed at. Well, the price may be listed for, you may get it for a little less if you get that gift card. And if you combine that gift card with another discount code that you might find somewhere else, there's ways to do it. Maybe I share that sauce on the paid server. You end up getting another maybe 10%. I got a 10% today, plus a 5% discount code on top of the discounts that was on the website. So I squeezed out another 15% out of the deal, where most people are just looking at the price. And they're like, oh, well, how's he selling? Well, because I'm getting that extra. Sometimes I'm getting that. It doesn't work every single time. You know what I mean? But sometimes, that's what I'm looking for. Stack those extra, squeeze out that extra discount. Thank you so much for signing off. Bendecidos, hitting your links. I appreciate you, Latin Lady. Have a great night. I appreciate you. But yeah, the gift card website is linked in the Discord. So slide in there, check it out. You get $5 if you use my link. It's $5, but whatever. $5 that you can start using right now. Stake that cash, absolutely. And we have a whole section for ungating because it's the most popular subject when it comes to Amazon selling for newbies. Is how do you ungate and how do I get ungated? I think people really get ahead of themselves and they think that ungating is going to make them rich, but that's like the small step. That's laying down the foundation. Then you got to actually go and make sales. Shout out to 305 Beatbox. I see you guys. I see you. 305 beatbox is dope with the beatbox. He's like ill with it. Super ill. Like what how he sets up the loops and the pedals and the system he has. It's super fire. Super fire. So shout out to you. But yeah, going back to what we were saying, they think that, ungating is going to make them rich when in fact, that's just step number one. That's just laying that foundation down. Then you got to source items. Then you got to actually start selling. So again, jump into Discord. I have the directions on how to get started. I just updated them yesterday. It's a little lengthier on the instructions, but it's more detailed. I opened up an entire section from the ungating where it has detailed instructions, and B-Man posted even more instructions and more sauce to get ungated for specific categories and for specific brands like groceries and Stanley and more. I got the software tools out there. I got the cashback. I got the supplies, everything down from the printer, the poly bags, the labels, the scales, everything that you're going to need to start hustling online. How's it going? Just passing by to say hello. Yeah, what's up? 305, I see you, man. All right, guys. I think that's enough for tonight. Everybody have yourself a good night. Peace.